Me and my friends went to watch the Yeovil protest last night, and here's what we saw. Me and my friend were amongst the first two people there. So the protest started to build up around us, and people recognised me because of the show, and we decided to sort of take a step back. So we went to the other side of the sort of green to watch the protest unfold. This is the sort of anti-fascism protest that was happening on St. John's, by the church, I guess. My concern was that more and more of our friends started to turn up and sit with us away from the protest, and there were one or two people in the protest that were filming us, and I'm very concerned. And people thought that we were there to protest their protest, or that we were the far right protest that was supposed to be happening at the Globe. We decided as a group, why don't we go across and see what's happening at the Globe, because the Globe was supposed to be the meeting point for the other protest. So we went to the Globe, and just a big empty street full of police officers. No one turned up from the side that was supposed to be protesting. So once again, because we, as now a group of, tattooed, hoodied young men went to the Globe, it looked like we were the group that these police officers were waiting for. So what I started to do was, every time I came across a police officer, which is frequent because they were everywhere, I just gave them my most charming smile, as if to say, we're not a threat, we're just nosy observers. So no one turned up to go to the Globe protest. So then we came back and headed back towards the beach, the St. John's Church area, and we watched a guy get arrested. And that was interesting because it was a guy that I had spotted right at the start. He was a sort of youngish bloke in a red bandana. He went to the peaceful protest with his mask on and stood there suspiciously just watching and glaring at everyone. And then when we came back, he was on the floor getting arrested by the police. So there was a couple of incidents of people getting arrested, but for the most part it was sort of celebration of people wanting to make it clear to migrants that Yeovil's a safe place for them to come. And based on the evidence of last night, I'd say that's probably true. There is another protest planned at a future date, but I don't want to publicise it or anything. But there is a future protest planned, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. My only concern at all of it was that we were being people were worried about us and my little band of merry observers, that we were going to be snapped, and people were going to think, well, the poor turnout from the far right, and it's me. So that's it. That's all we saw, was a couple of arrests. The police officers, by the way, big shout out to the police officers, because for the most part they were lovely. They were really friendly. They were asking questions to try and gauge sort of why we were there. The police officers were from all over the country. We spoke to one from Leeds, we spoke to one from Scunthorpe, I think it was, or whatever, but they're all over the country. They asked questions because we were a suspicious-looking group, but they were really friendly. And once they saw that we weren't a threat and we were just sort of nosy, they left us alone. So well done to the police officers who were vigilant. We spent most of the time playing with the police horses, and the one snap of us as a group on the drone is just of us hanging out with the horses and asking questions about the horses. So that's all we saw. Relatively uneventful, but that was the protest. Anyway, I just wanted a quick catch up. This was the Steve Kalish Show, and I'll see you next week. Ciao, 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 ciao.